Okay, first of all, I think our first scrimmage overall was good. It was extremely hot out there. I think that is always good for our guys to feel to push themselves forward and everything that goes on. What we did today is we went punt return. I think we went 6 full speed reps. Our punt returners, we got a chance to see 3 of those guys, Javaris, Tutton, Hill. All 3 catch a punt in traffic, try to do something with it, which they need all that they can get before the first game. Then we went a dirty show, which really is third down. Turned the music up. It was bump tempo. Everybody's staying up, but you can't get enough third down, especially for young quarterbacks, feeling what it feels like and the plays we're going to run. And then we put the ball down and went scrimmage. I think we went 84 plays. Pretty much equal between the 3 groups. We got down to the end, and some of the guys went with both groups, blue and white at the end. Got a lot of good reps, and I think the biggest thing from my standpoint is we got a lot of great information today. And like I told our older guys, not just on the young guys, no, those guys. We're asking the guys coming back, even if they're this and that, we're asking them to raise their level. So it's going to really be some good information to watch as far as that goes. The defense, especially the Orange defense, dominated the scrimmage. Had a very good day. I think they forced 3 turnovers. I think it was 2 interceptions, 1 a pick 6, and then a fumble. So they were getting after it. They were flying to the ball and all that. But, I think all of our running backs got a chance to touch the ball. You're always worried, or not worried, you're always curious in the first scrimmage about protecting the football from a running back standpoint. Quarterbacks, we tried to put a few different things on. Usually this is a base scrimmage, and it was to a certain point, but at the same time there's also plays that we know we're going to carry for the first game that we ran today too, and that's by design, just to try to give them as many reps at some of the specific things we're going to do in that first game and make them more comfortable with the different looks that we see. But like I said, overall, it was a success from the standpoint of giving everybody a chance. Evaluation, it was hot, and I think that is really a positive thing to find who will push through, who needs to push through a little bit more, and who was flying to the ball. This scrimmage will really be highly graded on effort. And just our Auburn standard as far as that goes. Questions?
How annoyed are you with the interceptions?
I think there was one that it went off a receiver's. Had a chance to catch it, and it went off. And then the other one was the safety made a great play, on it right there. So, hey, really good that our defense, had an outstanding day and getting turnovers. That's a focus for us, and they did a super job with that. And then we had the one fumble that they got to after a guy had a catch. We had a catch and a fumble. They stripped the ball. It was really nice.
So your tailback ball security was good today?
For the most part, I think we had one fumble that went out of bounds. It was on the sideline. It was real close, but these are the times that you gotta be able to protect the football. And from a coach's standpoint, especially the first game, ball security, who can protect the football? In these scrimmages, it's a trust factor. You gain trust with your coaches and your teammates who can protect the football, so that's always important too. And Anders Carlson had a 58-yard field goal in the scrimmage too, so that's always good. And and then at the very end, we pulled him up and had the team up there for a 47-yard right hash. If he missed it, 10 up downs for the whole team. And if he made it, we win the championship type deal, and he drilled it right down the middle. So just trying to put him in as many pressure situations too, because the likelihood of, with our schedule, there'll be a lot of games that have a chance to go down towards the end.
Just the quarterbacks, obviously not grading them, but what did you see out of them as far as leading the team, the things you wanted to see?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Orange group, there wasn't enough first downs to even see it, So that's credit to the defense. But at the same time, man, we got to be better. We got to be better offensively. Got to be better, really as a whole. That's really what stood out to me. Not just one group. We just they didn't move the ball very well.
Was it a function of the offensive line not getting the kind of
No. It's a function of everybody. It wasn't offensive line. Offensive line last year, they took their lumps and all that. And I'm going to tell you right now, I really feel strong. Our offensive line this year will be very solid and have a chance to be really good. So it's just a matter of there was a lot of different moving parts out there, and you know, the thing about it, when you play good defense, all 11 guys got to be on the same page, and they got to be doing the right thing, and everything has to be clean. And most plays, all 11 wasn't clean. You know, it may have been 9 and 2 not, and 10 and 1. But when you're playing a good defense, it's got to be 11. But the good thing from our standpoint is, as coaches, we're going to be able to go in that film room, get everybody in a room, and see why a play worked or didn't work. And the key is the good offenses come back the next time they respond and they get it corrected.
You talked about mentioned the receiver. We had one with an interception off his hands, another one fumble. Anthony obviously wasn't out there. What about Eli and Will? Who did you have? Did anybody?
Both those guys were limited, you know, and that's by design. Really, we're trying to get some depth out there. I mean, we're trying to get the guys that we didn't know that much about or hadn't had a big role yet, and give an opportunity to show what they can do. So that was kind of more by design as far as that was, trying to get some depth, you know, not knowing the status with Anthony, you know, for the first game, just trying to give some guys some chance. Zach Farrar was a guy that we wanted to learn about, and I think he did some good things. Shedrick Jackson's a guy, Marquise McLean, Sal Cannella, those guys, we really wanted to give them really good opportunities to make some plays and do some things, and, you know, that's going to be real important, you know, moving forward.
Because what's the balance? When you were an offensive coordinator, you'd have just been mad about the offense, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But as the head coach, and you got what looks to be a great defense.
Yeah.
When you look at a scrimmage like that, how do you balance? Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Between and
yeah.
what causes?
Yeah. Well, from a head coach's standpoint, you know, you want to win. You want the defense to be as good as it can be, offense to be as good. And then on days like this, my experience is one group, all right, that doesn't do well one day, they need to respond the next time. So we'll see if they respond. That's the good thing from a coach's standpoint. But the reality is we're pretty good on defense too. And so, you know, it's and we did the same thing 2013, 2014, all that. When you're a coordinator, it's a completely different deal.
Yes,
So if I was a coordinator, I probably wouldn't have a smile on my face right now, okay? So that's probably the best way to put that.
the running back position, how did you balance with so many guys back
Yeah.
there? How do you balance?
Yeah, I think Cadillac just rotated them. He rotated them and gave him a chance to. Harold got quite a few carries. That was by design. Some of the older guys we know a little bit more that didn't get as many carries, but he pretty much rotated them. I think he gave them all a chance to, you know, show what they could do.
Safe DJ able to go?
No, he's still limited, you know. But I really feel like in the near future, I don't know exactly what day, but I think, you know, he'll have a chance to be back for the season.
Safe to say that after a scrimmage like this by your quarterbacks, that you're going to need at least one more scrimmage at the very least to be able to make a decision.
100%. Yeah, they're going to need as many reps as they can get back there behind. They're going to need to feel that. And kind of like I said, I think different than some years is, you know, these scrimmages, you know, we've kind of already looked ahead at Oregon and some of the things that we know we're going to do. Give them as many reps as we can doing them so they're more reactive instead of have to think. You know, it doesn't matter. Our defense is different than theirs, but still, I just want our guys to be comfortable with what we call. So, you know, we'll continue to do that. But scrimmages, nothing like a scrimmage from a quarterback. That's what they look forward to, and that's what the coaches look forward to. And, you know, you find out a lot when you just go plays and you spot the ball and you bring it back and you run another play. But there's nothing like being out there, the down and distance, being able to think like a quarterback and really be thinking like a coach too. You know, when you get out of the pocket, you're going to run for it, or you're behind the line of scrimmage, you're going to throw it away. I mean, all those things that, you know, it takes time developing a quarterback. That's when you learn, you know, when you're in scrimmage situations.
What did you think of the decision-making by your quarterbacks in those type of situations?
Yeah, there was some good and there was some bad. But the thing about it was good teaching things. Like I told them, I mean, the whole key is you look at film, you look at the corrections, and then you come back and the next time you improve. If you don't improve, that's when things get concerning. But, you know, my experience is the guys that can do it, you know, they figure it out, and the next time they don't make the same mistake. But you got to understand, too, I mean, you're back there as a freshman the first time, and those live bullets are going. And we got some guys that can get after the quarterback, too. And so it's that feeling. And also, it's a trust. It's a trust, the line, the backs, the receivers, and everything that goes with it. And I think for the first scrimmage, there's so much kind of rotation, with receivers and back. Sometimes that first one, it takes a little bit to get the same guys in the same positions so the quarterback and the receiver is on the same page. And so, a little bit goes in with that on a day like this too.
You said the other day that this would be a big day for your two transfers, J.J. Wilson
Yeah.
and Zach Farrar.
Yeah.
You learned some stuff, getting to see him live.
Yeah.
What did you get today from him?
Yeah, we got good information on both of them. I don't think JJ got quite as many opportunities as I was hoping, but sometimes you call a play and they give you a certain look, but we were thinking with him, and then Zach gave him a couple opportunities too, and so we'll continue to do that. Matter of fact, next scrimmage, both those guys will be targeted some too to give them a chance to see what they can do, come first game.
Losing the turnovers, what else stood out to you about the defense on the play today?
It was they did a good job against the run. I thought their run fits were real good, but the thing I'm excited about most is the turnovers, attacking the football and breaking on the football and getting after it. I mean, that's been a focus too.
Was KJ Britt out? Did he work?
No, he didn't scrimmage. He'll be back. I think he'll be back the next day or two, but he didn't scrimmage.
I've got to ask you about the schedule, the 2020 schedule. They broke up that Amen corner,
Yeah.
boondoggle there, but
Yep.
then they put LSU in there. Your
Yep.
thoughts just kind of on how that broke down?
Yeah. I mean, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, I'm focused on this year's schedule, next year's schedule. The thing about us, it's tough every year. It's just where you want to put them, and I think what do we got? LSU, and they got A&M before we play each other. That's what I'm always concerned about. As long as it's pretty equal, I'm good.
And you see that as pretty equal, right?
I think so.
All right.
Anything else? All right, Coach.
Okay.